Now let's try to solve the gate questions, previous year gate questions asked in this topic. This question is asked in 1992. The question is, start and stop bits do not contain information, but these are used in serial communication for what? So they are asking about the start and stop bits. I told you that if you remember, if there is a sender and a receiver, if they are not sending anything, they are always going to send the signal at 1. And when they are about to send a character, we are always going to start it with 0, right? And then after 0, from this part, we are going to send some information, either 8 bits or whatever it is. And after the information is over, we are going to send either 2 characters, or 2 bits of 1s or 1 bit of 1. So this will be 0. This is called as the start bit, and these are called as the end bits. And here we are going to use the information bits. Now why should we be using this is, they just indicate that information is going to start and information has ended. So that is useful for synchronization, right? So even though we are not going to have a common clock, source, sender and receiver both are always going to have clocks. They have to be synchronized, and in fact this particular edge, this is very useful. This is where the actual synchronization happens. Okay, so whenever this receiver sees this edge, let us say sender has started sending the data, whenever receiver sees this edge, it will know that yes, a new information is going to start, and it will start the clock positive edge exactly here, so that it will understand what is the length of 1 bit, right? So now from here to here, it will consider this one as 1 bit, and next again from here to here, it will consider it as 2nd bit, and again from here to here, it will consider as 3rd bit. Like that the bits will be considered. Got it? So whatever it is, this particular start and stop bit are used for synchronization. They are not used for error detection, error control or error correction, or they are not used for slowing down. They are used for synchronizing the clocks at both the sides. Even though it is asynchronous transfer, that is very important. Actually we say that the transfer is asynchronous. So even though the transfer is asynchronous, still we are using synchronization. Why is that? How is it possible? The term asynchronous means that we have source and we have receiver, and both these are having individual clocks, separate clock for this and separate clock for this. If both are being operated by the same clocks, as in the case of register transfer, all the registers are having the same clocks, isn't it? In that case we say they are synchronous. In this case we say they are asynchronous. But even though they are asynchronous, it doesn't mean that there is no clock involved. There are clocks involved, and somehow you have to make sure that both these clocks start the positive edge at the same time. To synchronize that, we are going to do this. Got it? So if you didn't understand anything, just remember it, synchronization. Okay. Next one is in a vectored interrupt. Now I told you that there are two ways, vectored interrupt and non-vectored interrupt. In vectored interrupt, the interrupting device is supposed to provide us with the address of the ISR, interrupt service routine. In non-vectored interrupt, we'll just get the interrupt signal, and it is our responsibility to decide where the address is, right? So that is the difference between vectored and non-vectored. So see this, in vectored interrupt, the branch address is assigned to a fixed location. No, why should the branch address be involved in this? The interrupting source supplies the branch information to the processor through an interrupt vector. Yes. So what is an interrupt vector is, in physics vector means direction, but in computer science vector means an array. So what it means is, if you remember how we discussed about the parallel priority interrupt implementation, there I have shown you that there is a array, right? And the bits into this array are being provided by a encoder, right? So this is called as in computer science it is generally an array, and here we are calling it as a vector. Vector or array, both are same. So this is the interrupt vector which will provide the address to the CPU. Got it? The branch address is no, these are all wrong. So this one is in vector address. This one is right. Okay, option B. Fine.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So, first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%, but all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into university is better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.